Let him get the lesson later.
Yeah. So, Willett, this is one that we have, like most of ours, we plan well in advance. I've been buying bottles for 3 years. No, sorry, 5 years now. So I've had the Speakeasy Bourbon for 5 years, the one that we're about to taste. Number one. This one's coming in 47.2%. So, Willett, founded in 1936, and I'll get into some other facts about them, but the Speakeasy Bourbon, very specifically, we keep the patent alive, or sorry, the trademark alive by putting out a speakeasy bourbon once every 5 years. So this is 5 years ago. And then, of course, I have it in the other room. I have it over here. 1 second.
I'm sure they made more of them for the 2025 release that they did. Seems like it's a more intentional release this time.
So who's actually creating the speakeasy label?
And
Will
so
it puts it out.
Oh,
here's
it's
the
there.
new speakeasy. So these weren't very expensive. It's actually dropped in price, or possibly when I bought the older speakeasy, um,
The older
maybe.
one looks cooler.
Yeah, so the new one I think was like around 40, $50, like not very expensive. In the speakeasy, I think I bought it for like 75 5 years ago. So either it came down in price or people are just struggling to make sales right now, so they're just putting it at SRP where it should be, which is great for all of us that we're actually drinking. So
Yeah, probably more likely. It
tasting.
feels like the 2025 release was like a legit quantity, and the older releases were just like gift shop.
Yeah, they were kind of a little under the radar, I feel
Yeah,
like. This was the first release where they actually put their name on the Speakeasy release this year. So it actually says Willett Distillery. Prior to that, you had no idea where it was from. It was a little bit of a speculation, although people that knew that it was Willett. So we're gonna get into this. And Nick, since you're on, I'm gonna send you a sample of the other Speakeasy as well, so you can get that and try both.
appreciate that.
I guess we can AB it.
And we're going to do something fun today. We're giving away, for whoever came to the tasting today, we're going to give away bottles. So we're going to give away the rest of our Noah's Mill bottle. So you get
Nice.
you get a 33.3% chance of winning that today. So
Is there a randomizer?
Better be
we will make
taking
one.
numbers.
Maybe
Ooh,
we should just Rochambeau live.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair.
Do I get extra points for being in person?
No, you get cheaper
Glots.
shipping though.
Yeah.
Actually, this is really nice. This old one.
Yeah. The nose has definitely a little bit of like some of the dusty, a little more like the older KBD stuff where you get that pine, that
Mm.
resinous quality to it. That's a nice nose.
I was
A little
it's
bit
kind
of
of got like a dirty sweetness on the palate, if that makes sense.
yeah. Pine.
The old one or the new one?
This one.
Dirty sweetness.
Yeah, well, actually, I guess Jordan, Jason, if you want to, you can pour the other speakeasy too. We can do these side by side.
Not a bad idea.
I like this though.
So, Nick, how we do our tastings, we usually do the core lineup and then we do like optional add-ons. I try and make them as
Was this
Yeah.
a
this was an add-on, yeah. So we try and make these as economical as possible, but whiskey, it's not cheap.
Yep.
Um, so that the second speakeasy was an add-on, but
Mm,
oh, there's
it's a
a
nice
cinnamon
nose.
note on the first one on the nose. That's
really, I think I get that more on this one.
yeah. There's
So
sticking my nose deep into it. I got the cinnamon note.
this being the new one,
Yeah. With the craft beer labels.
this being the old one.
Hmm.
I actually like this. The new one actually almost has like an amber on a note to me.
Ooh, that's that's what more I get on the first one.
All
Really?
right,
Interesting.
let me give him the palate.
You two glasses.
I have two glasses.
I haven't
Mm.
tasted. No way.
Just a kiss of butterscotch on the nose. on this one as well.
I mean, honestly, I think the first one has more Amburana than the second, right?
I don't. I
Really?
think the second one tastes more pepperoni. I like the first one. This one's like sweet to me. It has this little dirty note to it, which like I'm not saying that in a bad way. I like this. I'm trying to see how would describe this.
When you say dirty, do you mean like old or
Like
unfiltered?
it kind of has like an old dusty sweetness to it. Like it's not like this is the type of sweetness I like though. It's not and this isn't drying my palate at all really. Um
No, nice oily mouth coating there.
yeah. Like you get this it's the note I get more in like older bottlings, I feel like.
Yep, agreed.
So I like the older one better than I like the newer one.
By the
But
way, if you ever do wine tasting,
Oh,
don't use the term mouth coat. I used that one time and then everyone looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, you guys don't use that term in wine tasting? Come on, what's wrong with you
there's a
What?
people?
Of course,
viscosity to the
of
wine.
course. Yeah, that's how you measure viscosity with
I was like,
mouthfeel, mouth coating.
I was like, shut your mouths, please. If you guys don't understand mouth coat, then just leave.
Yeah, I agree with that.
what is this? It's so
I like those actually. Oh, no, that's not the one I was thinking of. It's a different one.
like compared to a regular beer.
It's a little light on the flavor in comparison to the aroma. I think I like the nose a touch better than the
Mm.
palate.
On which,
Oh, the first one. He only has this one.
Yeah,
dude,
the nose is super fun. It's got this perfumed pine resinous to it.
Nice. See that?
I'm not getting on this.
This second one, Nando, is feels like it's got a spritz of perfume in it.
Mm.
Perfume in it?
Yeah, it's
Mm.
on the palate. It's like
Oh wait, now I'm getting it too. Huh?
almost floral a little bit on the palate, which
Mm.
is kind of odd. I wasn't expecting it. Only odd in that I wasn't expecting it. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's just unexpected.
Is this normal for Willett?
No, I've never had an Amburana note on any Willet I've ever had, so that's new to me.
Explain Ambarata.
Mm.
So Amburana is actually it's a legume,
Legume.
legume. Uh,
It's a
so it's
Brazilian.
yeah, so they
plant.
make it into a they put it into cast. I don't actually think they can make cast out of it, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
No,
so
they
they
do.
make
It's a
cast out
wood.
of it.
Yeah, it's Brazilian oak. They make barrels out of it.
Not technically,
But it's not technically oak
Yeah.
because it's a
legume.
legume. I've always said legume.
Yep, legume.
Which is interesting because we were on I forgot what tasting we were on. We actually looked that up. That was
Yep.
weird.
Yep.
But yeah, they make barrels out of it. So,
That's the
but you
that
get
is
like
that.
a huge like cinnamon toast crunch
Yeah,
like note out of it. It's very cinnamony, very
Yep.
Thanksgiving-ish
Spicy.
spices.
They started using it like 3-4 years ago. It was the hot new thing in terms of finishing, but the problem is a little goes a long way.
Yeah.
And sometimes even like 2-3 months is enough. And there's some people doing it for longer, and it's just overwhelming.
Yeah,
It's
we had
so powerful. Yeah.
we had a rare character rye Amberana.
Mhm.
Actually, I think that's when we looked this up.
Mhm.
And that
so
rare
you
character
so
rye
you're not
was
doing full maturation with this. You're only doing finishing with
it'd
it.
be really hard. It would not be good.
Yeah.
There's so many Amberana casts that are not good at all,
Yeah.
like way overdone. So like the subtlety in the Amberana is nice, but like too much is like overpowering. Like to me, the new Speakeasies almost has too much cinnamon. Like it's right on the edge for me.
Yeah.
So Nick, I say that to say save a little so you can do side by side.
Yep. Yeah. No, I only poured like a quarter of these samples.
Good man.
I'm a
I think
small
the
sipper.
sec I think the second one, the new, more recent release, needs a little bit of time to open up.
Could be. Could be. And all these bottles have been open for 3 weeks, so not open very long. So you don't have a ton of oxidation there.
Yeah, you have multiple articles now about is Amburana finish passe, overdone.
Yeah.
I like that sweater, Nick.
Hey, got it when I was there doing my 12-year bourbon barrel pick
There you
back
go.
in April, I think it was.
Nice. Although funny enough, I actually hate the color purple, but on black backdrop, it's all right.
Yeah.
That's I'm a Celtics fan, which I don't know if we
Oh,
ever talked
sure.
about that. I'm a huge Celtics fan. So I'm in Lakers country, so fucking the colors yellow and purple are not allowed in my house.
It's a little backwards. I mean, it seems like you should be the Lakers fan. And
No. I was Larry Bird, Robert Parrish, Kevin
oh,
McHale
good,
fan. And
good
I loved
man.
Reggie Lewis. And then of course, Reggie Lewis died and then or maybe you don't know that, but I would assume you do because you're from that part of the world, right?
I'm Boston, yeah,
Yeah. So uh yeah, I just stuck with him through the really bad years. I had to cheer for Ron Mercer of all people, so
sure.
So
I actually really like
what's
this.
which one? The second one or the first one?
First, the
So
older speakeasy from five
what
years.
is what is this flavor this flavor profile I'm getting on the newer one? It feels really unique.
What are you getting? What does it taste like?
I don't. It's hard to describe. It's a funky profile, but I'm not used to it. I don't know if it's just
It's not
thinking.
perfumey like old Bowmore would be.
No,
Like that's way
that's
over.
floral, that's lavender, that's like nasty. This is a bit more. This is like
No, it's more subtle than that for sure.
I think you would say it's a little bit of the sort of ambarana, but toned down compared to the older one. Like there's little bit of spice there. You get that? But I think also a little. Is there a little peanut in
Almost like
there?
maybe a little. I was thinking pumpkin spice, maybe. Almost.
Are you getting a little peanut in there too? Just
I'm not getting.
at the very end, just a tiny bit.
More from the mouthfeel. If you have that note, I think it's more from the mouthfeel. Like there's remnants of it. It's not a big note. It's not like Jim Beam, like Beam distillate.
Nah,
Yeah, a huge note, like nutty note.
the nose had me more excited than the palate lived up to, I think for sure on that first speakeasy.
Yeah,
It's good drinking whiskey. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not poorly made or anything, but
yeah.
left me wanting a little more, I think, after a couple sips. I thought it was going to be more spectacular based on how the nose was presenting.
Um,
Maybe that's a better way to describe it. I hear what you're saying about like the um, cinnamon toast crunch, but it almost feels like it's like underdeveloped baking spices.
mm,
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not quite. Maybe that's using perfume was not right. It's just like it feels like it's just not quite there.
that's fair. And I think these are pretty young. They
Yeah.
don't give an age statement, but I would assume these are more like 5, 6 years than
I
and
don't
less.
getting this ambarana note from fucking Willett. I don't get it.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
get a lot of it. I mean, it's a sour mash, but I mean, I don't think that really plays into it too much. But
It's crazy.
maybe it depends on the. It'd be interesting to find out what the because I literally you can't find out any information about these online. Well, outside of being guesses, there's a lot of guesses of what
Yeah.
into this, but um,
Oh wait, I just heard Aaron from Pinhook went to Willett.
yeah,
Maybe
he was supposed to jump on. Thank you for reminding me. I got to tell him.
maybe he can.
He starts tomorrow.
Does he?
Yeah. Which Nick, Aaron's is a rep that was working for Pinhook for the last 5 years, and then he just went to Willett. Like he starts tomorrow.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we almost delayed this tasting until October so that he could join,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
do more, but we decided to do it. So,
yeah. The Pinhook tasting at my place almost got canceled. Since he left.
but Jason, I will say you hit the nail on the head with letting this sit out a little bit more, get some more oxidation. I do like this more with a little more time in the glass.
Yeah,
Yep.
it doesn't even take that long. It was just like a couple minutes. And now that it's almost gone and I just have the remnants in the glass, like I hear what you're saying. It's like just cinnamon. It's just full of cinnamon.
I think I still prefer the first one over the second or the older
Mhm.
one versus the newer one, but
Yeah.
I will say the second one's growing on me a little bit. So, which
Nice.
is a good reason to always come back to everything at least more than once. So,
There's so much more spice on the first one on the finish.
Hmm.
Much more muted on the second on the finish. The second has that what I'm kind of calling almost peanutty like note. It doesn't. I don't know if peanut's right, but a little more rounder.
there.
That's
So,
always the fascinating thing to me. Nick, I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are on that since you do tasting reviews, but trying to describe the nose and palate of whiskey sometimes, especially when you're staying in like the realm of bourbon and rye and American whiskey, I always think it's just bananas to me how, how hard it is to like pinpoint things. And like these tastings are always so interesting to me because there's, you have a bunch of different palettes and we are all talking about what we're getting. And it's just the range of descriptors that people use is yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, all that pulls from your, personal experiences. So whatever
Yeah.
your go-to foods are, whatever you like for desserts, kind of the great equalizer for me when I'm doing group tastings is like if I were to be trying to recommend a whiskey for somebody, the questions I ask are, what do you go to for a beer? What do you go to for a wine? And what's
Oh,
your
okay.
midnight snack? And
Huh.
then from there, you can kind of like you can match a yeast profile and a mash bill and a distillery to kind of their unique
But you
experience,
don't
and
drink
you can
beer or
say,
wine?
here's something that's for you. That's a tell too. No answer is a good answer to those questions as well.
see, because I would say like the newer speakeasy to me has like a little bit of a sweet tamale taste to it without pineapples, very specifically without pineapples, because you use a lot of cinnamon in those tamales and it
Hmm.
has like that note to it. But I don't know that like, most people aren't thinking tamales because it has that same
Yeah.
tamales made of corn, right? So like it's pretty similar. You have a lot of corn, you have a sweetness. There's like sweet potato tamales too, people make. So
Yeah.
that's like right in this alley.
Yeah.
When
I
I
mean,
went
if you
to
said that you loved like cinnamon red hots, right? I would suggest a Willett bourbon for you
mm,
because like 99% of Willett bourbons are going to have some level of cinnamon in them.
Hmm.
got it.
So I
Well,
think you can find those core ranges in a tasting like this, especially in a tasting like this. I love it for finding like what's unique to that distillery. Is it a
yeah.
specific tasting
What
note
would you
and
say is
why
wild
is it in there?
turkey tasting?
Yeah.
Oh, do love wild turkey. Um, so now I'm a little nervous of technically the second one in our lineup. Only because I think it's in a vacuum, beautiful whiskey, but it can be a little soft. So the Willett Wheated, we're gonna do. We actually, Jason, I believe you were a part of. We've had the very first release in a tasting 2 or 3 years ago, an allocated bourbon tasting. So this is
If I had the ability to recall tasting profiles from 3 years ago, dude, like you guys do, like that always to me is I'm like whatever I've got in front of me is all I'm gonna be able to talk about. Because if I drink it last week, I'm like, maybe I remember. Except for Redbreast 27. That's the one of the
ooh,
few whiskeys that I am like, I know that flavor profile every time I have it.
that's
Yep.
true. That's just such a beautiful whiskey, though. That's
Yes, it is.
I almost considered putting this one first. It's a 54%, so it's a higher ABV. But I know the last time we had this, the first edition was higher ABV, but really soft for the ABV. It drank way under the ABV. So I'm interested to see how this one tastes. It's just a different batch, but let's get into it. It's got a beautiful color on it, though. Love this color. And I love weeded whiskeys. So like obviously I think well at least Jason Bino, I know you know I'm a big 107 fan. So 107 is like my jam. Um what's the wheat whiskey out of Michigan? Of course that's Whips and Whiskey out of from Journeyman.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
Absolutely love that.
I got that from shit, Schloke, Cypress.
Cypress.
Uh,
Yeah, I love wheat whiskeys.
Gonna see if anyone wants this.
And Bino bought a bunch of Rocco bottles, Rocco Kill Home and Pick bottles on clearance for $60, which is like $100 less than what they were going for. So if either of you want a Kill
Wait,
Home,
is that do we have that in a tasting before?
mm, yeah, and our Kill Home and tasting, I think quite a few years ago. It's really good.
If you guys, I don't remember that one, but if you guys say it's good and you're trying to offload a few, I'll take one.
Yeah, there you go, Bino. Jason will take one. It's for $60. It's a steal. Bino bought them out, so
Nice,
for
nice
us.
find.
I figured people would want it.
I've heard that based on his inventory in his house, Benno buys out everything he can.
What do you say?
He said, based on what I've heard about your house, you buy out everything you can. Ugh.
This one's interesting. It's got like a mapley dry barbecue rub kind of thing going on the nose. It's very subtle though. It's not an in your face note. It's sitting in
I,
the
I
background in
will
there.
say this has more oomph than the last one we had
Yeah,
years back.
I'm thinking so too. I'm remembering back to the review I did and uh yeah, I don't think I was very nice to it in my
Yeah,
review.
this picks up a little more in the back palate, but not aggressively at all. Still has its subtlety. I love the front palate sweetness on this though. For sure has that maple note to it. Agreed.
Yeah.
So this is called the Willett Wheated, not the hot still.
Willett Wheated. I fucking hate Willett Pot Still with a passion. I'm putting this on the recording. I cannot stand Willett Pot Still.
Yeah.
And
Even
I
with
don't
the
mean that
changed recipe.
disrespectfully. It's just not my jam.
Yeah, it hasn't got there. They're not putting their best stuff in there.
No. Which tells you with a little age, because I think Willett Pot Still is what everything else goes into, right? So,
Yeah, I mean it's all the
or
same.
is the base for, everything else, right? So it's just more
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Um,
A blend of mash bills.
that's a great question. Let's look it up.
You know what the mash bill is on this, Nick?
Hold on. I did not
I'm
look it up.
surprised you didn't put the pot still in this one for that very reason,
Fuck
Ando.
no. I like
That's how much you hate.
I don't think I could tell you how much I dislike Willett Pastil. Like it'd be um so like I once put that Bruichladdich in the tasting and I know you know what
Yeah.
I'm talking
Uh,
about.
yep.
Knowing that I've heard the reviews are really bad, but I just wanted to find out like how bad is this? How weird is it? It was just kind of a fun thing to do. Like Willett Pastil's just not a good whiskey to me. Like I don't there's people that I know that like it and more power to them. Like it's just not for my palate, so
It's like,
not good.
don't say yes.
It's too hot, it's unrefined, it needs time. Like, it's not there. 65% corn, 20% wheat, and 15% malted barley. So, and those are weights of the grains, not the amount of liquids. So
65% corn, how much wheat?
65, 20, 15,
And which is the wheat? 20.
20.
So it's not that high a wheat.
That's a pretty decent amount of wheat.
It's not as
The key is no rye, yeah.
Yeah, there's no rye in there.
The replacement, yeah.
because there's not as it's not as smooth as other wheaters I would normally think of when you talk about wheat, you know.
I would like to put this against something because I really like this actually. I'm a fan of this one.
For me, it's a little disjointed. I think Willett in general maybe rushes their blends. I
Hmm.
think I would find. So I tend to prefer, in order to get a really big batch blended properly, I think you need to give it a really long marriage time. And to me,
Yeah.
these always taste like the big batches that I've tasted from Willett always taste disjointed. Like I can taste their subcomponents, right? Like sometimes I get a certain range of barrels, and sometimes I get another one, and it's just like the lack of continuity on your taste buds for those flavors is has always been a little bit of a turn off for me on some of the batched Willet products versus single barrel products. They have no problem, right? Because there's no blending time for a single barrel. It's been blending its whole life.
So here's a question I had after reading something somewhere about another whiskey, which is, do we know two-part? When we have a mash bill, 65 corn, 20 wheat, 57 malted barley, we're assuming they take all the grains, mash them together, and then distill them, right? So the grains are all fermenting and then distilled as one. But then obviously, if you got someone who's blending and they're blending like, corn and wheat and like, other stuff, sometimes they may have like liquids that were just fermented and distilled by themselves. So do we know if we took a 65 corn, 20% wheat, 50% malted barley, fermented, mashed all at once, and then took a separate corn whiskey, a separate wheat whiskey, and a separate malted barley, and then blend them after distillation, would there be a noticeable difference?
Yeah,
Or would it be the
they
same?
taste completely different. That's how like Found North does all their blending stocks,
Right.
right? So that is like not really a practice in Kentucky at all.
Right.
Um, because all of them would taste different. Your 100% corn would need some kind of enzyme starter or something without the malted barley to give it sugar to get the fermentation going.
Yeah.
Well,
So
then here's the question.
you
Can
just
you
wouldn't see that.
tell by tasting something if you were to figure it out, like if it was fermented mash distilled all at once or blended separately after the fact?
I would wager that I could blind taste a Canadian whiskey versus a Kentucky whiskey and tell the difference. Yeah.
No, Canadian versus Kentucky, sure, but suppose someone in Kentucky or America decided to try and do that themselves, then would that be noticeable enough?
It's an I don't know likely until someone does
Yeah,
it.
that's why I'm curious.
Yeah. I'll ask Royce Neely to go try it. He's crazy enough to do it.
Cool.
Jason, what are your thoughts on this one? You like, don't like?
I thought it was going to be better on the palate than it was.
Hmm, fair.
I like the nose, but the term disjointed felt like that kind of hit it like the nail on the head for me on this one. Felt just was not quite there. I
Yeah,
like the
I like the
wheat though
sweetness
on
on the
it.
palate on this one. So maybe I'm in the minority on that, and that's okay. But that being said, these aren't cheap bottles. That's also the other problem. They're two. I'll have to go. Actually, you know what? I got it right here. Let's see what I paid for it.
Do some.
Yeah, it's two something.
That's still
So,
a lot.
so yeah, this was 210. So they're not cheap, you know. Um, if you, I mean, taking price into consideration and all that, I mean, give me 107 all day, you know. That's that's always going to be mine. Um, but
That's what I said in my original review at the end and kind of the afterthought section. It's just like it still tastes I have the same thought as the last time I tasted it. It just doesn't feel like a spectacular blend. Doesn't
doesn't taste like a $200 whiskey. That I would say for sure.
goodness no. Yeah.
And that's not like me buying a secondary. That's just the pricing. So
Right. Yeah, those black uh bottle waiters are still sitting on shelves all over New
yeah.
England, Mass, New Hampshire. They're on every shelf everywhere.
Mm,
Nobody's buying those.
interesting. Well, now we move on to a little Noah's Mill, which
I love Noah's Mill. Noah's Mill is it both benefits and suffers from that same phenomenon, right? In blending, where every once in a while they'll do this tiny little blend and one specific batch will be like the best whiskey I've ever tasted, right? I've given a Noah's Mill a 5 out of 5
Mhm.
on the website because like one of the batches has just been so good. And I went and hunted down, backup bottles to that particular batch because I was like, man, Willett's one of my favorite distilleries in general. And that batch just happened to absolutely slap.
Kill. Yeah. So fun fact, Noah's Mill, but long before I started the club, used to be one of my like favorite shelfers that like you could go find anywhere and just buy. It was like 30, $40. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
expensive. This is I'm talking 2015, 2016 time period. It was back when I was mainly only drinking scotch, but for whatever reason, I really enjoyed Noah's Mill. And maybe it's some of those batches that you're talking about, Nick. So I used to love Noah's Mill, so I was excited to put Noah's Mill in this one just because I haven't had it in a really long time.
Yeah.
I met Noah's Mill versus Rowan's Creek, which I guess is in the
Rowan's Creek is in the add-on, or yeah, in one of the add-ons, and so they also do. Um, so let's talk about Willett a little bit. So Willett is a privately owned distillery, right? And so they do quite a few
Yep.
bottlings, and they've always been privately owned. is my understanding, since 1936. And then even prior to that, a lot of the Willett family were distillers or involved with whiskey in Kentucky. So
Yep.
they moved to Kentucky in 1792, same year that Kentucky became a state, interestingly enough. And then Willett also has the bar at Willett, which is really famous, or famous to some that know. They have a killer bar. We went to Bardstown, based out of Bardstown, Kentucky. We went to Bardstown 4 or 5 years ago, and we went on a Sunday. And I had planned to go to Willett, and I did not realize Willett was closed on Sundays. So
Yep.
at least it was at the time. I don't know if they still are, but we ended up not being able to go to Willett. So Buffalo Trace had to do. We had a great time there though. But so they do, all these Willett products that we're tasting today. Willett Pot Still, which we talked about, Noah's Mill, Rowan's Creek, Old Bardstown, Johnny Drum, and Pure Kentucky. Um, some of those older Pure Kentucky expressions are actually really good too. So if you ever see I'll say pre 2020, pre 2018, somewhere around there, those I actually found a few that were pretty nice. Tony Jones, who's in the coalition with us, Nick, he's a big fan of a lot of those too. So
Nice.
Noah's Mill, here we go.
Looking forward to this one. Little palate refresh.
And this is batch, I think I have it on the glasses, but it's batch 2323. So
I like it.
So what's the difference in this and Rust Creek?
it's funny. I never used to find a big difference between this and Rowan's Creek. But Rowan's Creek aged 5 to 15 years. And then,
Little younger, little lower proof.
yeah,
So
the,
it's
the
like
proof is lower on Rowan's Creek, 50.5
So it's
versus,
little.
yeah. And this one's 57.15.
Big bro. The other one's a little sister.
And honestly, I would prefer this to the wheated. So,
100%.
uh, so thumbs up for Noah's Mill because the price point's still only around $50.
Price point's still good. It's some of Willett's best juice. They're not watering it down to the point where uh, the whiskey's lost its character because they're distilling to and barreling at high proofs. Um, so, you know, not adding a ton of water to get it to this bottling proof is a plus for me.
And what's interesting is Benno mentioned the nutty note. I get a lot of nutty note on this. A lot.
And more than
Well, right up the hill, you have Jim Beam's yeast starting to make its way through Heaven Hills warehouses. So
Mm,
that yeast can be propagating from that distillery and
yeah.
influencing some of Willett's operation too. I mean, they're a breeze away.
And we have
Ooh, that
locked and
citrus
loaded.
bomb on the nose. Woo!
Yeah,
I like this.
this is very good.
this one's really tasty.
And for $50, that's a fucking steal. So, my opinion, of course, but we have a locked and loaded Beam tasting. I love Beam with a passion. Nick, I do love your reviews on the Beam batches or the
Yeah,
Cooper batches. Um,
I know. I've fallen off on them a little bit. I don't. My palate's kind of steered away from that. But I used to do all the Bookers. I had everything from like 2017 on, I think. I had every single Booker's batch.
yeah, so I know we have Country Ham is in there.
Oh yeah.
Kentucky, it's right. Well, there's only four of us. It's right here. I'll tell you right now exactly what we have.
Country Ham is the best batch they've done
I love it.
through today, and none of them are even close. I did a blind with it was Country Ham till today, and it was probably a year and a half ago now, so it doesn't have the 2025s, but holy smokes, it was not even close. Country Ham kind of tastes like Willet, actually, in some ways.
Barrel pick for someone. Country ham.
No, that was a regular full batch release to the public, Country Ham.
Hmm.
I love the nose on this.
So let's see. Oh, this is not one I'm putting in. I have Tommy's batch, but that's really for a cousin of mine. So we have Kentucky Chew, Beaten Biscuits, and Country Ham. So we knew all of those will be in there. Yeah, so Country Ham, funny enough, which is this is obviously maybe not the tasting for it, but Country Ham, I love Country Ham because I opened that bottle with my uncle, and back when that first came out, and we both loved it, fell in love with it. I gave him the bottle, not realizing how like good Country Ham was, and then I could not find another bottle. I just bought this one that I have for the tasting. I bought 2 or 3 years ago, not quite
Yeah.
secondary, but more than SRP.
Yep. Somewhere in between. Well, it is kind of funny for this tasting because I did a blind with it. I was saying, and I thought that country ham kind of tasted like Willet. Like
Oh,
it was
really?
it was beneficial to the whiskey. I was like, this shines compared to all the other batches because I thought it tasted kind of like Willet.
Yeah, some of the Booker's batches can be a little harsh.
Yeah.
Um, but I love like they remind me a little bit of like Stag, like that and Stag were like always my jam, right? Because
Yeah.
you're not watering them down. And you kind of get to decide the journey you go on. Do you want it full punch or do you want to add a little water? Uh,
Yep.
and there's some beauty in those bottles for sure. And there's beauty in these bottles. I really like this nose mill. Jason, you like this?
I do. Yeah, I actually pulled out the Rowan, and I know it's pretty far off on ABV, but I just wanted to see kind of how they were in comparison. Not the brightest idea because the Rowan kind of gets lost against the
Yeah. It
Noah
will.
smell, but the complexity of the Noah smell, the both on the nose and the palate. Um, Even if you didn't know what it was, if you just put it against the stuff we're tasting thus far, you'd be like, that's a banger whiskey. That's got a lot of going on,
Yep.
Yeah.
and for the price point, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. The killer price point.
Yeah.
Um,
I did another Willet tasting that I coordinated, and I intentionally blinded everybody to Noah's Mill and a $300 purple top, and I made people blind rank them,
Oh, no
and
way!
Noah's Mill came out over the purple top.
Like like by and large, or like
Yes. And I
wow.
said, and then I made, but like even beyond ratings, I said, which one would you spend $300 on? And only a few people said, oh, this one, and it ended up being Noah's Mill. And pretty much the rest of the group said 300, no. Like any of these, no.
yeah.
Right? That price point for some of these purple tops is getting a little self-selecting. It's
Yeah.
That is a great segue, Nick, because pour number four. And I would love to tell you I got this for $300. I did not. These are
Uh-oh.
insanely expensive. This was, let's see, 440 out the door.
Which one?
So this is a 10-year from Total Wine, 50.5. This was fall 2023. Um, yeah, so these purple tops have just gotten crazy expensive. We previously did one purple top from Astor Wine and Spirits in New York. That was like 500 with shipping and everything, taxes, like 550 bucks. It's like something stupid, crazy. Um,
Youch.
you can get the under 10 years for less than 400 these days, but anything over 10 years seems to be always over 400 bucks. The hazmat, the hazmat, where is it? This one. So we also have a hazmat 11 year from K&L that's in the add-ons. That was some stupid amount. The total package was like 900 bucks to get the bottle. Um, that being said, you got like four other bottles with it, but like
Yeah.
price ended up being well over. I mean, they knew the secondary on that was, I think the secondary was over 1,400 for a while for that one. So you don't see a lot of hazmat ones either. But um, let's go ahead, pour. I actually still have a little bit of nose milk, so I'll pour in the different glass. But
Yeah. I did individual Kenzies for all of these, so I had them all pre-poured.
do you have the Willett Kenzie?
Of course, I got a Willet
Yeah,
Kenzie.
yeah, yeah. That's with that. Our uh our Airbnb was stocked with those, the Willett Kenzies.
And
What are we pouring now?
a TWC Kenzie too.
Like,
The
what's a
total,
Kinsey? Sorry, what's a Kinsey?
This glass style.
yeah, that glass.
Oh,
Total
that's
Wine,
it's
purple,
like the one glass style I don't
barrel
have.
bourbon.
It's the only one when you do a barrel pick at Will, it's the only glasses they'll give you.
Oh, got it. Do you prefer that glass style versus others?
No, I prefer Glencairn. But for high proof, it's a little easier on your nose, I'd say, when you're doing like the hazmat. When you're
Yeah,
doing 40 samples of, barrel proof bourbons at Willett, trying to find the best barrel, you need a wider nose than a Glen.
yeah.
All right,
I
let's get
think
in.
I think this pick needs a little bit of time in the glass to open up,
Yeah. Well, mine's been resting this whole time.
which is smart. To pour them all out early. I'd never have people do that.
This has a similar nose. This calls back to the Speakeasy a little bit,
Mm.
where it has a little bit of that resinous, kind of sticky, citrusy aroma in there.
For the price point, this better be better than the fucking Speakeasy.
What is the price amount?
$440 altogether. Yeah, not cheap.
Yeah, you got a nice
Oh,
black
no.
pepper, allspice in there.
So I always like try things first, take price out of it, right? And then let's.
That smells so bad in this.
This does have a little bit of that cinnamon on it, though, still.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much of the Amara though.
No. Ah,
Oh, good match. The palate is exactly like the nose. I actually prefer when that's kind of true, where it's cohesive between the two.
I mean, this is a pretty low ABV for Purple Top for the single state. It's only 50.5. I feel like I normally see them always above 55%.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw that 101.0 proof on the label, right? It was kind of hard to read in because
yeah.
it was such an odd combination of characters.
And
I'll trick you 101.
it's kind of hard to go
Yeah,
back from the 57 where we were at and the 54 and go back to this one. I almost feel like I probably should have moved this up in the lineup maybe, but
a little water in between, little palate reset gets you right there.
Ice water.
I might need to.
Ice water, baby. That's what I use ice water for.
Yeah, I like
See, big glass.
high mineral. If you can get like a high mineral sparkling water, I like Gerolsteiner.
Mm.
That's like a fucking squeegee for your tongue. You will not taste the previous whiskey if you have a sip of that between.
In a vacuum, I like this.
Yeah,
Do I like this more? Do I like this for the price, or do I like this more than Noah's Mill? That might be a
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I definitely like this. I definitely don't like this for the price.
yeah. That one's for sure. Yeah, the 100% agreed. Now, do I like this more than Noah's Mill? Let's see.
Nope.
No. Oh my God, the powdered donut on Noah's Mill on the
Mm.
nose. It is fucking a powdered donut through and through. That is
Yeah, you
gorgeous.
nailed that. Haven't done it.
Like confectioner's sugar.
Yep.
Mm.
And
Just caked in fucking confectioner sugar.
and then the sweetness on the palate, just so much better.
Noah's Mill strikes again. That's been my secret for years. I've been like telling everybody I like, go buy Noah's Mill because you'll save a lot of money and get the same or better quality whiskey.
There's some reason I thought Noah's Mill and Rowan's Creek and everything were connected to Heaven Hill, or was that just
They are. So Rowan's Creek is actually the creek that runs through Willett Distillery.
Yeah, which is
And
basically the same property as where Heaven Hill burned down.
yeah, and Noah's Mill is the mill that's the actual water there.
So wait, what's the connection between Heaven Hill and Willett?
They're right next door to each other.
Yeah, they're right by each other.
Yes, okay.
Oh, sorry. I said Buffalo Trace. We went to Bardstown Bourbon Company, which would make sense being in Bardstown and not Frankfurt.
Yeah. Keep it in town.
I know someone is gonna watch this and fucking text me, be like, dude, you know Buffalo Trace is not in Bradstown or Bardstown.
All right.
So that this purple top is a much more muted sweetness, but I feel like a little more complexity on the back palate.
Yeah. It leads almost kind of plain like a simple syrup, just a little bit of sweetness, but not a lot of flavor. And then the finish kind of swings through some of those subtle fruits. You get like the plum, raisin, raspberry undertones on the finish in the back palate for sure.
And that nose mill's a little more singular, so you don't have quite the complexity, but both really good. 1000% nose mill for the price. It's not even a question.
I
But
think in a vacuum, I have them probably tied rating wise.
yeah, they're very different, which is interesting because these are so different. I mean, obviously, it's a single barrel versus a blend, so there's a difference there, right? That's the fun thing about single barrels because they can be so different from what the normal products can be.
Yeah.
Just the fact that this is a tough call for me tells you that you should just buy nose mill and keep it
Yeah.
in your bar.
100%.
Because I like the complexity on this. Because it's there's more layers to this than there is to nose mill.
But they're not as tasty.
I like it. But it does have a little bit of that cough syrup note that I don't love. So, which is maybe a cherry note to some, but it's a little unrefined on this,
Yep.
but it's layered well. I will say that. All right.
Is this like a local Total Wine that you snagged this from?
Yeah, so this was from Tustin Total Wine, which is a city out here. But I think all of Southern California or California got the um same wine or same pick. So it's
Yep.
split amongst the California crew.
And they charge $4.40 for this.
That was the price, yeah.
Man, I would be pissed.
Do you know if they even went to go pick it? I know a lot of the Total Wine chains will just blind take barrels.
That I don't know. No, I didn't ask at the time.
Yeah, most of the Total Wines, especially around here, none of them go to do the barrel picks.
And these all
Even
sold out. So it wasn't
even like Bruce Russell told me that
yeah.
story at Wild Turkey one day. He's like, they just put in an order for 40 barrels. We send them the next 40 in the line. Like
Yeah.
no selection process.
A lot of the big chains do that. So it's
Yeah.
not uncommon. This sold out throughout California the week it came out. So
Oh yeah.
it was either buy it or don't.
Yeah.
And so,
No chance to try before you buy.
and this is the outside of the Astor Wine and Spirits pick, which was that sat for a little bit because it was a high price point. It was 550, but this one was allegedly SRP, which may or may not be true. I don't know. But let's say this was 2 years ago at 400. So,
Yeah.
Tony, you there?
Tony in the house. Just listening in for now.
Yes, sir. Sorry, we're eating tacos right now back in Michigan.
Oh my God, I know that's white people
Nice.
taco night for sure.
Oh, you know what though? We got them from a local market, so it's actually pretty decent stuff. What's going on?
Cruising, man. Just trying all these samples.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into them. I got them set up waiting for me when I get back.
Yeah, all good, man.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
We can say that you're gonna like the nose mill for sure.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
confirm.
Yes, sir. Noah's Mill was good back in 2019. I can't imagine.
Yep. I
Oh.
dropped a link to one of the 2020 batches that I had that I thought was a 5 out of 5 too.
Yeah, we drank it. I don't know how we were so gentle with it, but we had it over 2.5 years, and when it was gone, we're like, man, where do we get more of that stuff?
A lot of the Willett stuff just gets better with time
Yeah.
as you like just let it oxidize. It almost gets better as it oxidizes.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a couple days, my friend.
Let's go. Just got
Yes,
back
sir.
from Alaska today. Fly
Oh
back
boy,
out to Michigan on Tuesday. Look at me.
jet setter.
Friggin' that's
Yeah, I was
me.
gonna say Tony and Nick are picking a pingree.
Yep.
Yes,
And then I'll
sir.
be
Nick
back
Nick's picking two.
I'll be back there 10 days later to do more Pingree barrel picks. Yeah.
Nice. Little
Yeah.
crisscross applesauce.
Yeah. I'll make sure Rafino doesn't double dip. I'm
Oh
gonna tell him.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell him I want all new samples. Everything that
Uh-huh.
I passed on the first time, I'm not passing on again. Don't make me
Uh-huh.
retaste them.
Uh-oh. Keep them
Hey,
for
you
us.
never know. You might find two killer barrels. I haven't actually announced this. I'm going to do it tomorrow. We found two amazing Found North barrels. We actually ended up getting two barrels, not
So
one.
good.
Nice.
So we were split amongst like all of us had it for the most part, one, two. And then but it was like more like a 1A, 1B scenario.
Love that.
And so we were literally split 5-5 and we ended up taking both barrels. So
Got me
Nice.
hooked on that Found North, Nando.
I love
So
Found
good.
North. Yeah. We were talking
yeah,
about that a little earlier.
Chris Respec is over in your area, Nick, actually. Uh,
Chris?
so he's their new, or not new anymore, but he was the COO at Barrel,
Oh yeah.
went from Barrel to Found North. Him and Nick have been friends a really long time, so he's actually helping them do their thing.
Nice.
Kind of
Yeah,
more,
I've
a little
done
bit more in
I've
the background,
sure.
but uh,
They're local. I've been to their warehouse where all the barrels are,
yeah.
so
So I got to go out to Boston. That's
yeah.
I gotta go get my hold on.
Yeah. I've picked a few with Nick.
All right, guys, I got to head out. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Enjoy your tacos.
Yeah. Talk to you guys.
Cheers, friend.
All right. Yep. Bye.
All right. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, the rest of this 10. Stick to 10. 10 years. That tells me Noah's Mill's like 8. It's pretty close. That's pretty close in age. May Noah's Mill never fall from grace.
He says
There's
the nose smells age 10?
no, I would guess
No,
8 based on
8.
the nose. I bet it's 6 to 8 is probably the range they target, but that's not confirmed.
He just likes looking at things. Sorry about that. My battery's about to die, so I had to go get my charger. Do before it ends.
It happens.
Okay, guys. Normally I do this. Benno's here. Normally I don't have someone here, and I do it in my office. So we're gonna do the Hirsch single barrel now, though.
Let's go.
So this is actually Willett juice, bottled by Hirsch, double oak. So they're using one barrel and then putting in a second barrel. These double oak products, from what I've found, the few I've had have been really, really good. So I'm hoping for good things on this one. This is from Showcase Liquor Showcase Wine and Spirits. They are based out of Pasadena here in California, Southern California. They are actually a pretty killer shop. They have some really fun whiskey, and they've got a lot of agave products too. So they do a lot of single barrels. They have a really good Westland pick that I really like too. And so the mash bill on this is 72 corn, 13 rye, and 15 malted barley, 9 years.
So part of the NDA that Hirsch had to sign to keep using these barrels. They've been using their barrels for quite some time. Barrel Craft Spirits also got a bunch of Willett barrels for sure as well. But part of the NDA I heard is that they have to double oak them now because the flavor profile was so
Too close.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, people as soon as they taste it, they go, "Oh, that's Willett." Like it's so obvious. You get the cinnamon forward, that little funk, that citrusy part of the rye that comes out of the mash bill.
I'm gonna say immediately I like this more than the last single barrel we just had. which is interesting that it's a single barrel, but it's a double oaked. So I
Yeah.
think it's the only product I know that has that.
It has a lot more tannin on it though.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that
You're getting all the youthful portion of another barrel.
Mhm.
I've never understood the concept of double oaked. It is like unaging whiskey. You took a well-aged whiskey and you decided to put all of the youthful tannins back into it from a
Yeah.
new barrel.
I don't like it. No.
Mm.
I've always thought that concept was completely ass backwards. Like I don't understand why it caught on as much as it does. Obviously, it does in part. I think it produces a whiskey that is so much more flavorful. And so if you have not done a lot of palate training, palate calibration, it's like an easier gateway to be like, damn, there's, vanilla or there's toasted marshmallow or there's, one of those big barrel notes that comes from the oak itself. It's a lot easier to get that, but for me it turns a decently aged whiskey into a younger aged whiskey when you put it in
I like
another new barrel.
tannins out of this
Mm.
one.
I don't. But I will say you are correct. There is a lot of tans. This is very palate drying. I didn't get it on the first sip, but second, third sip for sure.
That's what I hate.
I'm also a nitpicking critic too, so take
Fair enough.
take my opinion with a grain of salt. So
So the owner of Showcase says this is one of his. Said it's Willett. Says they're sold out of it, FYI. So we can't get any more. But he said it's a top three favorite barrel pick he's ever done. So
did he get to do it at the Derby this year? That's where they were doing a lot. The latest round of the Hirsch Double Oak Willett barrels, they actually did at the Kentucky Derby this past year.
I doubt he did. Um, what's up, Doc? Um, it's hard for the California crew to go out there.
Yeah.
Row will go out there because Row likes to party, but
That's
he
for
can't.
sure.
Yeah, he can't make all of it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know they flew out my local store that I work with a lot.
mm.
They flew them out to the Derby to also pick barrels. It was kind of cool.
But I could see why. If you didn't like this, I could see why.
Oh, I've never had a problem. I had to go on my mini rant about double oak there, but just on
There.
principle. But this
Agreed.
this isn't overly double oaked, I would say. They've let the base whiskey still shine. It still has that Willet citrus, that lemon, pine sol kind of note that I love on the nose. I like that a lot.
Also, like this gives it more viscosity though. Like this is pretty viscous whiskey though.
I would say it
I
gives
like
it
it.
heft. Yeah, it definitely gives it more heft.
And I say I like this more than the probably purple top we just had. So
Around a second.
this was 150 base cost SRP, so probably
Hmm.
shipped to me 175 altogether, 165, somewhere right around there. So
I don't know why, but at first glance, I love the palate on this. Not sure what it is about it, but this is
It's chewy. It's thick.
I like
yeah.
this. It's viscous, it's thick, it's got a lot to it. It's more I won't say more well-rounded, it's just more punch to it. So than the pick. Than the 10-year single barrel we just did.
It's not too bitter. It's just got a faint bitterness from the tannins and up. So it's not.
I don't think this is bitter, it's just palate drying.
No. It's there. You're not sensitive to it. I am. So I get a little bit. So
Yeah, definitely a touch drying.
Oh, he'll lay on your lap all day if you let him. So just FYI.
You talking about Bino?
yeah.
He will too, probably.
Yeah.
You might have to pay extra for that. I don't know.
I think the base whiskey was better. They didn't need the second barrel finish. I think it was a good whiskey to begin with, but they got forced into double oaking it
Yeah.
which to me, I think is a slight shame, but I can see there's a massive draw for double oak stuff, right? There's a ton of people that just love that flavor profile. Um,
What's wrong with it?
having done tons of tastings, yeah.
The
But
Elijah Craig, was that the, oh no, that's a toasted.
toasted barrel, yeah.
Never mind. That one's
Are
really
they
good.
are
That's
they
what I'm
doing the
talking
double oak though because they're being forced to get away from the traditional flavor profile
I
of
think
the
so.
Willet?
I think it serves two purposes. It gets the Willett barrel heads off and makes it so that if you did a shoddy spray paint job over the top of them to preserve the NDA, it gets them out of that. So they're in a brand new barrel from Calvin or whoever, right? So it gets them so that there's not a potential conflict in their NDA.
You hope it's Kelvin. Kelvin Cooperage does some fucking great barrels.
I would hope it's Calvin, yeah.
The what is it? Wilderness Trail. I opened a Wilderness Trail the other day. It's a Kelvin Cooperage Tar 4 is unreal good. So good.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it better than ISC?
Yes. I think so. I don't know. I really
Calvin's
like Kelvin Cooperage.
Calvin's more consistently good. Yeah, ISC does a lot more experimentation.
They do I mean a few of them. I think Independence Dave also does open air drying.
Yeah,
So
they all do. And they'll do it to whatever specs you ask for, right? It's usually on the distillery or the NDP or whatever that is ordering the barrels to specify how long they wanted their staves open air seasoned.
I just really like Kelvin. Like for whatever reason, most of the stuff I try from Kelvin, like the whiskey that's Asian Kelvin barrels, is always really good.
Yeah.
So not to say you could put shitty whiskey in there, it's going to be good, but if you're making good whiskey and you put it in Kelvin barrels, it'll be good. Um,
What's a Kelvin barrel?
so Kelvin Cooperage
Oh,
is
got
out of
it.
Kentucky.
Got it.
They do open air drying, which means they season it outside. They let it dry for a couple of seasons outside. Then they put the barrels together, and then they obviously you char however you want to char and age your whiskey in. But they just make good barrels. They're good,
Yeah.
great cooperage.
And that's how every whiskey producer over the last 300 years has made whiskey.
Yeah.
Open air seasoning strips out the tannins. So all those notes we're getting on this double oak, if you did a longer open air seasoning on those staves before they got made into that barrel, we wouldn't be tasting as much of these
Got it.
tannins that are very obvious on this whiskey.
Yeah.
There's also
So,
some lacto fermentation from the lactobacillus, right?
I didn't hear that.
So there's probably some lacto fermentation from the lacto distillates,
Bacillus, lactobacillus.
lactobacillus.
Yeah, the oak will continue to break down as it ages, but your best bet is to get most of those tannins eaten up by the fungi from open air seasoning, right?
Yep. Makes sense to me. I don't know that part. I don't mind saying that.
is
Last of
all the Hirsch stuff, is it all Willet
not
product?
all of it, no. Just some of their single barrels. A lot of their single barrels, I almost say. And I will say Willett just signed an agreement with Binder's Stash to supply them for
Yep.
the foregoing or foreseeable future, which should be interesting because every Binder's Stash I've had, I have not liked at all. So interested to see what they do in the future.
What's a binder?
Yeah.
It's a so Binder,
I just
he
did
was
two
a
pictures of them.
social
I'll
media
grab the
personality
bottles.
first, reviewer, and then he started doing his own picks and stuff, and he created his own independent bottling company. So
Oh, binder stash.
yeah,
Huh, never heard of it.
Here's a couple. I just opened them today because I did two picks with Bender and the
Hmm.
Honor Amongst Thieves guys. So we did two. One's Barton, one's I don't remember what the other one was.
Yeah, and I've only had
Oh,
three.
one's MGP, one's Barton.
I've only ever had 3 or 4 different expressions. He has a lot of different expressions in that
Yeah.
is so. But the 3 or 4 I've had, one was absolutely awful. The other ones, I was like, I don't really care for it. So I'm interested to see what he does. Hoping it works out. I'm sure he's got some good stuff out there. I just haven't had it. So
Yeah.
sorry, Willett, family estate. Single barrel rye. This is a 7 year coming at 52.8%. This is a left bank selection. Left bank.
Left bank.
No, green top. The rye's green.
Yep. They do mess up the foils every once in a while. I've seen a purple top with green foil on it.
Mel wants to know what.
So left bank is out of Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
And so they're a shop. I will say the only thing I tried prior to this today was this left bank, and it was more of like an accidental. I had just a little bit left in the thing, and I didn't want to pour it back in the bottle, so I tried a little, and it was really good. So I'm hoping I really like it again today.
Let's find out.
And to be fair, this is a rye. This is a single barrel rye.
I mean, these things great solid by flavors.
Yeah. So everything else we had today was a
love their
bourbon.
rye.
I obviously put this at the end of the lineup because it's a rye. I will say the Willett ryes I've had have been kind of 50-50. Some I've really liked, some I have not. So let's see what happens.
I am a rye hound. I chase Willett ryes a lot.
Why is it that the is it 3 or 4 year old green top rye is like the only standard family estate bottle you can get?
4 year. It's a 4 year now.
Yeah, it's all 4 year.
Why is that the only one?
That's just the
That's
one
just-
that they're producing large batches of. Yeah.
It's a core bottling. These are all single barrels.
Yep.
So the ryes.
Yeah, but why don't they have us, for bourbon?
Pot still. Pot stills for core bourbon.
I like this.
Yeah. Rowan's, Noah's.
Oh, that doesn't look like it. I mean, Noah's, yeah, too. I mean, Rowan's.
Oh, they're coming out. They're coming out with a family estate bourbon. They are that exact thing. They're coming out with a batched bourbon with the family estate label. That's not a single barrel.
Okay.
Coming Whiskey just posted about it like a week or two ago.
There we go. See?
Yep.
This one's all right. I don't know if I'm a huge fan.
I still really like this.
It's shimmering. It's definitely effervescent. It's super floral.
But
Super
it's not
like
grassy.
candied.
It's not
Nope.
like it's not like your 95.5 MGP, you
No.
know? And I think that's what I really like. I like
No, it's
95.5.
Willett. This is if you put a glass of this in front of me, I would tell you this is Willett 12 times out of 10.
Why?
It's got the Willett character. It's the citrusy pine sol, bubblegum, chewy, floral, like just super viscous. It's obviously pot still. I can tell just by the like feel in the nose.
Interesting. This is more powerful on the nose than anything else we've had today, I feel like.
Yep.
Very nice complex flavors.
Yeah, rye characteristics on the nose.
Tiptoe through the meadow.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not beating out Michter's rye anytime soon, but I still really like it. It's very possible this might be my favorite of the night, actually.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh no, smell.
it might.
It's a little better on the second and third sip.
I'm
It
gonna
is
do
so
the
flavorful.
I'm gonna do the High Time Herald 8 year, which is a 53%. So where ABV is pretty close, which is what comes next to it, just to see. I think I'm gonna like the left bank better though. Oh shit!
I did a 10-year Willett Rye pick that I could compare this one to as well. I did
Well,
that
here,
with
how about this? I'll send you a sample
Frank.
of High Time Herald too.
There you go. Yeah, I'll send you the one I did with Frank, Burp Your Enthusiasm.
Let's
Me
do
and
it.
him went and did a 10-year rye.
Actually, fuck me. This High Time Herald has an amazing nose on it.
I dig this. What's it? High bank? No, left bank.
Yeah, no, it's very good. Ooh, more rye-like on the nose is amazing on this high chime pick, but it's very rye-like on the palate.
Oof. Yep, that's what I love about Willet. And honestly, this flavor that you're getting out of this rye is what I'm looking for in their bourbon, which is why I almost always prefer their high rye mash bill on the bourbon, their OG mash versus
Mm.
they're trying to push a ton of high corn stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
I tried like 10 samples with Josh and Drew, and I sent Josh back into the warehouse. I was like, dude, go get us some OG mash. I'm not picking any of these high corns. And he went and drilled a whole bunch more samples out of warehouse A, and we ended up picking an a 12-year OG mash out of warehouse A. Because I was like, I need more of that rye.
This would be wild to me because I think I might like these two ryes more than anything we've tasted today. And I would put myself in the casual rye fan box.
Yeah,
The exception being Michter's rye because I love Michter's rye. But
yeah,
I might like these two ryes the most out of everything we've
yeah.
done.
I'll compare this to my 10-year rye too.
Do you like the high time rye better?
I'm not gonna lie to you, that High Time Rye has a better nose. The palate is a kind of a toss-up. And these are also not cheap, FYI. I know the left bank was 300 shipped to me. Uh and
Good luck, baby.
there we go. The high time was a little bit less than that, not by a lot.
And proof on that's only
Oh, the
okay.
nose on the
That's
high
that's
time is
low.
really good.
That nose is beautiful.
Yeah, it's elegant.
Yeah.
Elegance is right.
Yeah, because that left bank doesn't have the same nose, and it's not because I opened them at the same time, and the ABV is like exactly the same.
Yeah, the left bank's more like punch you in the nuts and the elegant. Now it has a palate taste.
That's the thing. I might prefer the left bank palette though. That
Mm.
palate's really good.
hmm
Oh, yeah, the high time palate just fades.
Give it a second though. Let it open up a little. It gets better. The third and fourth sip were better than the first sip for me.
Water. Do that last.
Jason, are you doing these side by side?
Yeah, I'm still sitting on this left bank one, trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure it out is right. Study that one. That's one for the memory bank. Ooh, see how it hangs against a 10-year.
See, for as much as I don't care for their 4-year rye,
Mm-hmm.
both of these ryes are really good.
So these are older.
These left bank is 7 years, high time's 8 years.
And you don't like the 4-year? 4-year.
The thing with the 4-year, it's a roll of the dice. It was my argument from earlier that they're not great blenders.
Yeah,
The
it's
smaller the batch, the better.
decent. I've never found one exceptional, and I've had quite a few different bottlings.
Yeah, but what's the price on the 4-year?
$60.
Okay.
It used to be 40. I was buying
300.
I was buying great 4 years in like 2020 for $40, $40 a pop. And I found some gems. I found some 4 years that were delicious.
Hey, here's the
You had to hunt some low proofs.
Wait, is this the
Yeah, I poured it.
and another double oak Hirsch.
Oh, there's elegance.
All right, real quick. What was everyone's favorite? Benno, what was your favorite since you're here?
Nose milk.
Nose Mill. Jason, what's been your favorite so far?
I'm not there yet. I mean, as of right now, surprisingly, I like that Hirsch
Okay.
single barrel.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's a respectable choice.
No, not all.
All right, Nick.
You know, this is so typical, Ben. I want you to shut your mouth while I'm telling people what I think. All right, this
Hey,
is subjective.
exactly. That's why I say it's a respectable choice. I love that you love it. I didn't. I wouldn't have picked that, but I'm so glad that you did. You're
Dude,
allowed
I
to
really
like
like
it.
the Hirsch
That's the
too, so
thing.
I'm not.
You're allowed to like it. I don't,
That
but you're
that
allowed to.
see, at least Benno is like straightforward. He's like, no, your palate sucks. That was a terrible choice. Yours is more like the neg. It's like the backhanded like compliment. It's like,
Subversive.
hey, no, it's
Yeah.
cool, but you're an idiot. That's cool.
All right, Nick. What was yours?
I like the rye. Give me the left bank rye all day for sure. Nose
Yeah.
milk close second.
I think I'm on the rye. I'm there. Either way, I think a fun little lineup for sure. So we're gonna say goodbye to YouTube and people who are watching this who were on vacation. I hope you guys had a great vacation. We're just drinking. So cheers.
Yeah.